Man, I keep thinking back to Jennifer's aunt a couple of days ago talking about how nervous she was. It's crazy how nervous we still get to do these things even after all this time. Y'all, I've been thriving 6.5 years. Whew, I feel like I need to take a breath. I shouldn't be nervous anymore. And besides that, you guys are awesome. Y'all aren't gonna like throw me under the bus or talk bad about me or anything like that, right? Susan, are we waiting?
Nope, you're good to go.
Okay, I'm gonna take it to where I'm just seeing me so that I'm not distracted by you guys. Actually, I can see Susan really big smiling at me, so here we go. All right, you guys, I think the reason why today I am especially nervous, number one thing, it's the last day of the month. Susan, remind me from now on, if I ever volunteer to do one of these, I never want to be on the last day of the month because I have been on the phone nonstop since I woke up this morning because there's momentum like crazy in my organization, which is awesome, which is what I'm going to talk about. And there's so many people with big goals that they're trying to knock out today. And I haven't even had time to like go over my notes because I'm helping people reach goals. But that's what you want, you guys. You want, like, if it's the last day of the month and you don't have someone, if you don't have a goal that you're still trying to hit, or you don't have people on your team pushing hard for a goal, you want to change that. You want, on the last day of next month, you want to be so crazy busy that you don't have time to take a shower or eat your lunch because you're too busy helping your team hit your goals. That's what it's all about. It's helping people fly through the ranks and crush their goals here. And I happen to have a couple different legs in my organization right now that are just super, super close to huge goals today. I'm actually going to bring one person on here to share with you guys because they are crushing things like nobody's business, like I've never seen before. And my topic today, and that's what's so hard, is to narrow these things down to one topic. Like there's so many different ways that I could have gone to talk to you guys today that I think are super important and valuable for your business. But I only have 30 minutes to talk to y'all about one thing, and I had to narrow it down. So I'm like, So I wanted to talk to you guys about how to build momentum and the importance of being coachable, because that is what I'm seeing. I'm looking at Jim Bird's face right now. If y'all scan through your people, find little Jim Bird because he's about to hop on here. He is a coach, a high school football coach, and he is the most coachable person on the planet. And he obviously just flips around and duplicates that because his entire team are doing exactly what he does. So here's my little list of things I want to cover. The first thing you have to remember as you're growing this business is you have to keep it super simple. We call it the KISS method. Keep it super simple. Everything about this Thrive Life is simple. Our products are simple. To share it is simple. The duplicatable system to grow here is simple. Hitting your bonuses is simple. Getting your Thrive Free for simple. Like everything here is simple. And you want to make sure that you don't overcomplicate things for yourself or for other people. You want to create that duplication. If you're doing things correctly, you want everyone in your organization duplicating exactly what you just did. That is the single most important thing you can do to grow your business here. You want to, crush the goal, set the goals, crush the goals. You want people duplicating exactly what you just did. That's also how we rise by lifting others, right? You jump in, you thrive for free, you help all your people thrive for free. You get your VIP bonuses, you help all your people hit VIP bonuses. You get your promoters on welcome calls, you want all your people on welcome calls. Like that's what we do, and you want everyone duplicating what you did. So did you know, like stop and think about this for a minute. Did you know that everybody does exactly what you do? So let me explain that. So I am not a product of a sample pack. Sheila Fasoni brought me in. She messaged me 16 times before I ordered. She never once offered me a sample pack. It was not an option. Like she was just going to wait until I finally placed an order. She didn't care how I ordered, but I was going all in with an order when I was ready. She wasn't going to give me a sample. She never offered me a sample. So guess what? I ordered and then loved it, and then started sharing. I really have a hard time with sample packs. I'm not good at it. I don't love to do it. I want to get them on a three-way call, and I want to close the order. I want them to order for a full month because I'm not the product of a sample. So think about it. Were you given a sample trial pack before you started? And then is that what you do? Do you send out a lot of sample packs because you started with the sample pack? Probably so. So you have to remember that as you're growing your business. If you're putting all of your people before they order or before they start their product on a three-way call, you're already showing your people the way to success here. If you're not putting them on a three-way call, then when they start as a promoter and you're trying to tell them to do three-way calls, they're never going to do three-way calls because you didn't put them on a three-way call. So that is one of the main things that you have to pay attention to what you're doing, because everybody that you get started is going to do exactly what you do. This goes for how you order, and I'm going to let Jim kind of cover that a little bit. Three-way calls, plugging people in. If you hit VIP bonuses, if you didn't, if you expect that your people to do. I mean, if you just bring them in with that expectation, VIP is our first goal, like we're not stopping till we hit it. Or do you bring them in with the expectation of, it's there if you want it, you can hit it if you want, but you don't have to. It's okay if you don't, because you can still be successful. Like, what is your attitude? It's probably the same attitude that your upline had with you, and whether you aggressively went for them or not. So you kind of, might want to think about your mindset where that goes. So having a VIP mindset and creating a VIP factory is what you want to do to make sure that on the last day of next month, you are so busy with people crushing goals that you don't have time to think about anything else. So I'm going to kind of stop my little list here because Jim is in the middle of his work day. They're getting geared up for school to start. Football practice starts Monday. He's at work. He jumped in. I was going to have him kind of close this out, but he needs to get on and off. And let me tell you a little bit about Jim. Jim, can you unmute yourself, or does Susan need to do that? So Jim Bird joined my team about 5 years ago, and he
got
just,
it unmuted.
there we go. Okay, let me just tell him a little, let me preface your awesomeness real quick. He jumped in about 5 years ago under Scott McClatchy. Scott McClatchy jumped in and ordered an $800 pack because he wanted to be paid at the highest rank of the company, $200K for the first 4 months, because he wanted to aggressively grow this business. Without a doubt, he knew he was going to the top. He wanted to maximize comp plan. So he brings in Jim Bird. Scott McClatchy's an athletic trainer. Jim's a high school football coach. Jim comes in with, guess what? An $800 promoter pack, because Scott McClatchy told him, if you really want to grow this thing, that's the only way to go, because then we're going to maximize comp plan for the first 4 months while we grow. Well, then Jim, he rocked it to 80K, and then he got an athletic trainer. He's kind of been thriving, hitting auto bonus consistently. He kind of dropped off for a few years because life happened. He had a new job, had 2 babies. He's got 2 little boys now. Moved back home now, not an athletic trainer. He called a few months ago, and he's like, I'm where I can go all in with this again. I've got people on the ready. And let me tell you, there has not been a dull moment since he said, I'm ready again. This guy is a sponge. When he started, he said, and so did Scott McClatchy, he said, I know there's a way to be successful here. Show me what to do, and I'm going to go do it. And so he learned it. He does it. He coaches it, and his entire team duplicates it. So right now, today, they are just a few thousand shy of 80K again. And he's only been back in, 2 months, 3 months?
About 4 since we actually really started. But you know how that first month is. It's kind of just getting the wheels rolling and
Building
whatnot.
some momentum.
But yeah, 3 months hard at it.
Okay, so then he's got this whole team that's knocking out VIP bonuses and Maui gyms and 4K and 12K left and right. And I'm gonna let him kind of just jump in here and talk about how he's got this team duplicate. I'm telling you, every day there's someone in his levels 1, 2, 3, or 4 that's calling me for a welcome call of someone who just ordered an $800 pack. So Jim, I'm gonna let you jump in and kind of just talk about your success and how you're leading this team of amazing duplication. Nothing happens without a three-way call or a welcome call. It's amazing.
Well, thank you. Can y'all hear me good enough, Starla? Is it coming
Yes.
through? Okay. First off, I mean, we just talked about this within our team yesterday, and you know, in talking about success, first thing I like to tell them is that, you know, I'm successful because of the people above me and because of the amazing people that y'all are underneath me in my team. So, I mean, let's just be honest about it, without hustlers on the ground that you bring in and that train and then will duplicate what you do, you can't be successful. And I just think that without great leaders that have trained you and are there for you, then it's impossible to be successful too. So, you know, I always like to deflect my success back to the people that train me, like you and Scott and everybody Spring and everybody else above me. And then, you know, once you are starting to get successful, you got to have people that want to grow and are willing to replicate what you're talking about. So, that's really, to me, where the credit lies. And my job is just, like you said, to continue the process. You know, your description of KISS is really nice. In coaching, it's a little bit harsher. We say, keep it simple, stupid, you know, and I know nobody wants to say that, but that's what KISS means in coaching. Keep it simple, stupid. We're talking to our coaching selves and saying, don't make it too complicated to where the kids can't do it. So it's the same type of thing here. It has to be simple, but it's proven already, and we know it'll be successful. So getting to the ordering of the packs, like you said, I jumped on at 800 because Scott did, and that was what was being pushed. Come in, go all in. One thing I found out about the $800 packs is that people are more committed when they spring for 800 and go ahead and buy 6 months. They're more committed. They're more invested. I mean, we tell kids in sports that the more you put in, the less willing you're going to be to walk away. So it's the same type deal here. You know, if you come all in with that, not only are you going to have an opportunity to make more money early, but you're going to be less liable to walk away from it. And so that to me, when I'm bringing people in, is a big incentive if they have the means to go ahead and pull that $800 trigger, because they're going to get the best overall value on product, hands down, a product that they already love if they're even considering doing this. And so they're going to get the best value for that with the free products and all the free mail outs and all that kind of stuff, and the great boost in commissions off the VIP 200K promotional for 4 months. So that's a no-brainer to me in that regard. And that's essentially, you know, Brian Sample on my team, he came in at 800 and he has been churning out the 800. It's just what you said. I mean, he saw the wisdom in doing that. He did it, and his people are coming in at $800, and his people's people are coming in at $800. And it's just a volume exploding thing when that happens, when you start to get that growth and they're coming in with that. So I think you get more committed people out of the gates, and I think that you obviously push a lot more volume. But, you know, through the years, I've just noticed that typically, and this is not always, because Stan Murray came in. I mean, he's the guy that's number 3 on the contest right now. He came in at 400, hit both bonuses on day 1, hit VIP. I mean, hit the 4K rank on day 5, I think it was, and went auto bonus in 24 days. And he just recently went ahead and dropped his $800 on there to boost his commissions. So it's not necessarily indicative of how committed they'll be, but sometimes it's very helpful to figure out how committed that they're going to be. But I think it's just the end of the day, it's a way to really take off. So that's kind of how we approach it. We tell them there's 2 good values, the 400 and the 800. And if you want to make the most money you can early and really generate buzz in your network, the $800 one's the way to go if you can do it. And so that's really what we tell people about doing that. As far as replicating and being coachable, you know, we have a lot of talk in our group going that this is not a if you're successful, it's a when you're successful, or if you're willing to be successful, because it's time tested and proven at this point already. You know, 6 years into this, I built this business twice with great upline and great people under me. And it's not, can it be done? It's, will you do it? And so, you know, the method is simple. You come in, you're willing to talk to your network and everybody you know about a product that you already love. You put those people into contact with your upline and take the heat off of yourself if you're a new promoter, to where that you don't feel like you have to explain everything under the sun. And then let them make you money. I mean, let them build your team. Your job is just to get them there. And it's, you're always going to have some people that come right in and don't do a whole lot. And it's because they're unwilling to put their upline in contact with their people. I mean, it's the easiest thing ever. You get them on the phone with people that can make you money, and then you push mute and hush and let them do their thing. That's easy. And then when they get on board, you immediately start the replication process. You plug them into Always Thrive. You make them like the Lavelle page. And you start going through those steps that we hear and we talk about all the time in order to get them plugged in to where they can be successful. You share the numbers you need to share of the upline people that are going to be helping your team have their three-way calls in the future. And then we just pretty much lay it out and tell them, look, if you'll do these things, you're going to be successful. How fast you're successful is up to you, but you will be successful. And if you, it's only the people that are unwilling to recreate these steps that ever have any problem with growth. And so, I mean, I'm just blessed. I got a great group of people under me that are really working hard and hitting bonuses. There's a lot of excitement going on right now. And they're already, I mean, they're rallied around me trying to get to 80K. And you want to feel bad about that because it's not about me. I look at it as it's about them and getting them to their bonuses, but that's just the kind of atmosphere that we've been able to create. And it's amazing. So we're going to keep doing it because it works. And
Jim, real quick before I forget, you told me on the phone this morning, like y'all talk about, and you talk about to your team, like this is about helping the people above you and
yes.
below you. And so say that. What did you tell me on the phone earlier?
Well, I told you what we've been talking about on our little team chats recently, where, when your mindset is to help the people above you achieve ranks, and your mindset is to help the people below you achieve ranks and bonuses and be successful, both of those are volume producing activities for you. Both of those things are going to help you grow. So, if you're at the end of the month and you don't have an immediate goal to hit right there, but the people above you do, and every bit of hustle that you can give them will help them get there, you're growing your business. And vice versa, if there's people under you and you're there for all their three-way calls and you're helping them in any way they can get to that VIP 800, 1600, 4K, 12K, whatever the rank may be, it's growing your volume as they grow. So no matter which direction you walk on that deal or go, you're growing by helping other people grow, whether they're above you or below you. It's the truest team thing you can do when it comes to business in my mind.
I love it. Thank you so much for hopping on real quick during your lunch break. I appreciate it. Now get off here and go get 80K.
All right, bye.
Thanks, Jim. All right, you guys. So I think a sense of urgency and that expectation, like I said, when you bring in a promoter on your team, they have some sort of an expectation. Most of the time they're fearful of failing. And that's why people start really slow, or they like, well, I'm going to try to get people. We'll just see what happens here. They obviously see the vision, or they wouldn't have started as a promoter. And I was one of those. I ordered a promoter pack, and I say just because it was free, but I had seen my friends having success here. So why not me? So I ordered as a promoter and was like, oh, we'll see how I like the product and we'll see what happens. And man, if I would have just hit the ground running, then I would have exploded so much faster. But what's really, really cool about Jim's team, and we always tell people like three-way calls are the golden ticket to grow here, and you want to plug your people in and get everyone on a welcome call and all that stuff. Well, sometimes it's a struggle, but with him and his team, he does for him and Stan. I don't know if I should have asked him if Stan was on here. Stan, pop in the comments if you're on here, and I'm going to have you talk too. But they're doing a lot of their three-way calls, but then all their team is coming to me for welcome calls because I've been here a lot longer. They are really good about a sense of community here. It's not just about Jim Bird. It's not just about Stan or Brian or their immediate upline. It's a community. It's a Thrive family that we have here. We have a whole abundance of people that they can lock arms and grow with. So levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down from Jim are calling me saying, hey, I have a new promoter. Can you get on a welcome call? Well, that's another thing, you guys. You want to introduce all your people to this community and build that momentum with shout outs and welcomes and meet this person and meet this person. But when you put them on that phone call, or when a team member reaches out to you wanting a phone call, you need to make yourself available. As a leader, you have got to be available. Prime example, we took a last minute trip to Mexico this last weekend. We were at dinner with friends we had met, new promoter, by the way. My Brian, who's several levels down from Jim, who had ordered an $800 promoter pack and had several new people. He hit VIP 800, VIP 1600. He messaged me and said, can you hop on a welcome call? I have somebody who just ordered $800 promoter pack. I was at dinner. It was at 8 o'clock. And I said, sure. I got up, I walked away from the table, and I spent 20, 25 minutes on the phone with that new promoter and his wife, who were super, super excited. And I haven't met any of these people yet except for via phone. What did that do? That was extreme. I did it because, yes, like I'll do anything for my team, anything to help you, especially if someone's putting in the effort. I will always make myself available. That's what makes a good leader, is always knowing where to find the answers and helping people to be successful, which means always making yourself available. So what that did to them, though, is it impressed them of knowing, wow, these people care enough about me to take that time away from not only their dinner, but their vacation to spend time and teach me how to be successful here. So making yourself available. But the coolest thing to me with all of these guys, I see you, Stan, with all of you guys are these guys that are growing so fast and powering through VIPs and ranks, is that every single new promoter that I get on the phone with, I say, because when we talk about how to be successful and how to get bonuses, we say, you bring people to us, be the connector, and let us do the talking for you, right? Third-party validation. And if someone's not ever been on a throughway call, it's really hard to teach them how to be successful by doing throughway calls if they were never on one. There's that whole duplication. Every single one of these guys that I talk to, and gals, who did you talk to for your throughway call? Did you get to hear someone's story? Oh yeah, I heard Scotty's story. Or yeah, I met Jim and I've met Stan. They've already met people that are in their upline support system before they were ever on that welcome call. That's the community, and everybody wants to be a part of a community that cares about them. But that is so huge in the duplication process. All right, Amber, how do you work with that urgency for those that started well? So you just have to like pour your confidence on them. Like with the Jim and his team, like we're going to get these bonuses. Like it's a non-negotiable. Our first goal is we're going to reach out and get you 2 customers so you're thriving for free. Who can you put me on the phone with today? That's what you're going to do. And then every day you're reaching out to that promoter. Awesome. It was so fun talking to your friends yesterday. Have you thought about who we're going to talk to today? Who's your dream team list? Let's call one of those people that you'd love to have on your dream team. Let's tell them how much you're loving your Thrive experience. Share my story. Let's see if they're in. You know, like you just feed that confidence on them and let them know. It's easy to order a promoter pack and then just sit down and sit back and wait a week for your product to come in, and then wait a week for the product to get in your body. And then all of a sudden the 14 days is over with. You as a leader, when you bring in new promoters, have just got to pour confidence into them and let them know, okay, you ordered your pack. This is what we're doing. What we're doing is going and getting VIP 800. All right, Stan, can you unmute yourself? Stan Murray. Oh, actually, do you see Susan in the chat? He's like the weird letters and numbers.
Hang on just a second. Let me find it. Did he unmute?
Oh, there
I'm
you
here.
are, Stan.
Can you see
Okay,
me?
so let me tell you guys about Stan. Stan is newly retired. He lives in the same town as Jim. Jim just told y'all a little bit about he started his $400 pack, but Jim immediately put me on a welcome call with Stan. And he said, Stan is ready to roll with this, and so is his wife. And Stan interrupted and said, I want to be a record breaker. So when Scott McClatchy joined my team, he hit auto bonus in 21 days. And then he brought in Jim, who did it in 20 days. So Jim beat Scotty. Here's this man competition thing. And it's okay. Competition's fun. I love winning prizes. And I know Susan does too. And I think Amber does too. And I would bet Natasha does too. Like, we're competitive. We're going to be the one with our name showing up everywhere because we're, like all in. So Stan said, I know Jim hit auto bonus in 20 days. I want to be a record breaker. My goal is to beat him. So I said, okay, let's go. You can do it. And what he did was he hit VIP 800 and VIP 1600 in 24 hours, both of them. And I was like, I have never in my team in 6.5 years had that happen. So you're already breaking records. So then what did Jim say? Day 4 or 5, you hit 4K Maui gyms. And he was so, I'm going to go ahead and say this, Stan, so you don't have to. He was so disappointed. Well, first of all, I think it was day 22 that he went and bought his new truck, but he didn't earn auto bonus till day 24. So he didn't beat Jim to auto bonus, but he is currently number 3 on the Lavelle corporate leaderboard. He's going to win himself another new vehicle, which something tells me your wife is going to get that one. But Stan, just give us I know you're brand new, but you're like 12K and rocking three-way calls, your team tells me, because they all keep putting me on welcome calls, and they say you're doing an incredible job because you're doing your own three-way calls now. But tell me a little bit of the inside of how are your team is duplicating. How are you making that happen so easily?
Well, for one thing, it's just like you say, duplication. And with you from the start and Jim, it's been absolute. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It's just been just the best and easiest thing that just like with you say with the welcome call, we look at y'all, we haven't met y'all, but anytime, I have had a welcome call with you where you had to get out of the pool and you got out and you did a welcome call or experience call or whatever it was, but just knowing that I can text y'all, y'all are just so approachable, and that just helps. Absolutely, which, you want to build your team, you want to give everybody the same opportunities and give them the tools to succeed. And I have been given the tools to succeed, and duplication is key. We, just like with three-way call, it has to happen. I could sell it to somebody right by me. I could sit and talk to it because I love the product. We absolutely have it's a movement around here now for people like our age. We're just sharing our stories and getting people online, and we text and it's just it's a camaraderie, like a family type. Absolutely. Sounds kind of silly, but we're just absolutely loving it. Just gives us drive daily to like, okay, what are we doing today? And how are y'all doing? It connects me with family that I haven't seen in, a long time. I text them daily, ask how they're doing, just same with our team. And it's just a push for all of us. And there's we don't compete at all. He knows that he would have a better, rapport with than I would, or I've got people, just handed them to people. We don't care. We want everybody to build. We want everybody to succeed. And that's what we're doing.
Yes, you are. I love it. You really are moving mountains, and I hope you know how incredible it is. Your entire journey. You're going to have a story to tell forever, and you're creating that sense of community. So super proud of you. Thanks for hopping on too.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And keep going. I want you on number 1 on that board soon. Okay, you guys. So something that was in my head that, we've heard Jason Camper say the definition of insanity all the time, but, it just flat out is true that if you do the same thing over and over and over, you're going to stay in the same place. So you have to think about, is what you're doing getting you closer to where you want to be? Are you being coachable? Jim calls me Yoda. He'll call and say, okay, Yoda, I need you to tell me how do I get to this rank? How do I do this faster? How do I get these? And I'm like, you're doing it. Like, you just keep doing it. And the speed of the leader determines the speed of the pack. So if you're reaching out to 5 people a day and you're not getting where you want to be, reach out to 20 people a day. If you're doing that and you're not getting where you want to be, reach out 50 people a day. And don't think that you don't have 50 people to reach out to, because you do. And then when you start getting that momentum, it's all about making people feel good about where they are. you know, the welcomes on Facebook, the shout outs, the congratulations on your new customer, the congratulations you're thriving for free, you know, welcome to the team here. And phone calls are so important. I can tell you exactly where I was and what I was doing on the majority of my leaders' three-way calls. Like Laura Seafrish is the first millionaire personally enrolled to me, first millionaire on my team. And I can tell you 6 years ago, I was in San Antonio painting my utility room, and I put her on a three-way call with Danielle Constantino, and Laura became a promoter on my team, and now like we're soul sisters, forever best friends. Like I remember those things. And so every time you connect someone to thrive, it's not about getting their order. It's about showing them the way to be successful here. It's about wrapping your arms around them and inviting them into this community. So I just met a lady in Mexico. I put her on the phone with Laura while we were in Mexico because they were wearing patches every day. They were very intrigued, never heard of it, super excited, really wanted the business. So I got them on a three-way call. I was not going to do this wrong. They ordered a $400 pack. Well, this morning, immediately, as soon as they got home from Mexico, I had them on the phone with Sheila. I need them to meet Sheila to know that they don't just have me to depend on. They have a whole slew of people. So that's where the magic happens. That's where it's at. So it's never, ever too late to make a change. So if there is one little thing that you're missing out of the information funnel or the duplication system that you know is proven to be successful here, like you ask any 200K in this group watching this Zoom, what is the duplication that you want to happen to get to 200K? They're going to tell you that. Reach outs, free accounts, three-way calls, welcome calls to new promoters. Like, and introduce them to as many upline as possible. That is the way to success here. If there's any little thing that you're missing in there, it's never too late to change it. It's never too late to add it. And it's never too late to start that duplication and that momentum within your team. It might take getting uncomfortable, but it's going to be worth it. And just like I said, when I started this, we all get nervous doing these Zooms and doing these calls and, you know, even talking to, you know, new promoters or three-way calls. Sometimes, I mean, I get super nervous depending on their personality or how I know them or, you know, whatever, but I do it anyway because that is the way to success. So I think that's pretty much all that I wanted to cover. I think keeping that VIP mindset yourself and leading by example is another super huge thing. So, you know, VIP mindset is your VIP 800, VIP 1600 in 14 days. So as the 200K leader, I try to make sure I do that at least 2 customers and 2 promoters every month. Like that is my goal. That's my VIP mindset. I'd love to do it every 14 days. Let's be real. I don't always do it every 14 days, but I try. Susan Kaufman probably does it every 14 days. I try to do it every month. But if you're doing that and your team, I feel like as a leader, my team needs to see me doing personal shout outs. They need to see me adding people to the team pages. They need to see me shouting people out for thriving for free, because how can I expect them to do it if I'm not doing it? So being coachable, leading by example, that is the golden ticket. All right, Susan, I'll turn it back to you.
Hey, okay. Great job today, Starla. I thought you were amazing. So I'm going to get this recording out as soon as possible. I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording.